warm welcome to all the delegates here. The speaker for this session, we have Dr. Mohammad Shahnawaz, Assistant Professor from the Department of Botany, University of Ladakh. His topic for today's session is Plastic Pollution Free India by 2047, a roadmap. I request Dr. Mohammad Shahnawaz to start his address. I would like to request first, wait for a minute, sir. I would like to request Dr. Ahilyanagar sir to give his introduction first and then he will give his address.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, all of you. After a good lunch, and good afternoon, Mohammad Shahnawaz. It's my pleasure to introduce a brilliant scientist, a teacher, and my friend, Mohammad Shahnawaz, Dr. Mohammad Shahnawaz. So he is an assistant professor, Department of Botany, Kargil campus, University of Ladakh. So he has completed his MPhil PhD from Department of Botany, Mahavidyalaya University, MSc from University of Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, and his bachelor he is completed with 3 subjects from University of Jammu Kashmir. So he has a teaching experience of 12 years, 8 years of research experience, and having a UGC, MA, NF, GRF, and SRF, and also funding by UGC PSR. He has completed research projects as a principal investigation about 22,50,000, which was funded by the Department of Science and Technology, DST, Science and Engineering Research, New Delhi. Its profile is very deep. So basically, he is working in this microbiology, botany, and biotechnology field. So he has submitted 12, that is 16 rRNA bacterial genes to the gene bank of NCBI. He has also submitted as a co-submitted as a 10 IPS polythene degrading fungal genes to gene bank of NCBI. Again submitted 2 elite polythene degrading bacteria and 2 elite polythene degrading fungi for general depositions at that is Microbial Resource Center, Jammu, and also work at the Indian Institute Integrative Medicines, that is IIM, CSIR, Jammu, India. Again, here various fellowship he has worked. That is he was selected as an associate professor as a Biofuels Institute School of Environment and Safety Engineering, Jingsu University, China. Then got selected as a postdoc fellowship in the South Korea. Again, Young Scientist Award in 2019 in Visakhapatnam, India. And DST SCRB National Postdoctoral Fellowship from with reference to the year he has given. Again, here research, there are various research journals, that is more than 33 research papers he has been published in national and international journals. Then again, reference books, 6 reference books he has been published in national and international level. Again, edited books is 20, chapter in books is again 22. He is being invited as a resource person in different conference lectures as a resource person in 8. He is also a reviewer in 20 national and international journals. He is also a member of 5 editorial board and academic editor in many publications. So basically, he has a bunch of research experience. Is Google when we see Google Scholar citation, he has about 1,900 citations, which H index is 19 and I10 index is 33. Again, in research interest score, if we see 1,596, citation is 1,585, and H index is 16. So lots of experience having person is with us. I hope all are waiting for this experience to share with us. I would like to say, Mohammad Shahnawaz, that you can start your experience and share your experience with us. Okay, thank you, sir.
Good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. Yogesh sir, for your I am very much thankful to all the committee members for very interesting conference. So we will be talking about today about Viksit Bharat in terms of plastic free India. So I will be stating this topic and it will be covered up two components of the topic. So I will share the here. It is visible to everyone? Is it visible? Yes, sir. So, so today we will be discussing about plastic India by 2047 movement. The session will be comprising of following points. First, we will discuss about the basic concept of plastic and why plastic and all traditional materials and how plastic is getting accommodated and the impact of plastic pollution on various both marine as well as this environment. Then the methods are will literature used to manage plastic waste. Then what we have contributed to this field to remediate the plastic pollution. Then we will also talk about the single plastic and the single coat
Speaker पर
the
पिन करो ना
generation of this removal of plastic waste. Then we will
आगे पे
discuss
कर
our
कल
role
चाहिए
in plastic
को
media
पिन करें
by 2025. As we all know that plastic is not a important material.
वो चीज बोलता है ना त्याच्यावर क्लिक करून पिन मेसेज आला फक्त थोडंसं मोठं दिसतं
The core of these properties is unable to replace all the traditional materials used before the invention of plastic materials. So before that, we will also I also like to share with you about the discovery of plastic because very interesting story. And in the history of this sea about the plastic, it was discovered two times by chance, by scientific. The first time, the German chemist Hans Beckmann is on the reaction. He did that methane, and he reported a wide range of substances, and he was not able to identify the type. It's either a group of scientists, Eugene Burger, Patrick Fisher, to the other focus of Hans Beckmann. They identified it is wide range with a substance that polymethylene. Later, at Imperial Chemical Industries UK, two scientists, Eric Wilson, Thompson, and Ronald Wilson, in 1993, they were working on dye. They were going to Mars to get a new dye. They had no idea, no plan to discover or to get the plastic. They were using different type of reactions and they are getting continuous failures. In on 1924 March 1933, after 50 failed reaction, they have a new reaction, Italian and behind. At that time, they have to do the temperature 173 and percent in Pascal. And at the end, it was Friday, and course were hurry to do their assignments weekends, and they just initiated the reaction and they left the lab. Then the following every day they came up to lab and they have noticed that there was some reduction of pressure, but they have not. They were again busy. They have not have time to think about why the pressure reduced. They increased the pressure and they have left the lab. Then following Monday, when they came to lab, they have found that a wide range of substances are reduced. They again they got frustrated in the science. When we do something, our result should be reproducible. They again tried to do the same experiment, but they were not getting success. Continuous negative result, continuous failures in several years. Later, team of scientists at Shivaji period, they implemented action in 1935 and in 1938. This production was done at commercial level. And in World War II, the British they were working World War II. It was used to educate the long distance warfare radar cables, and it helped the British Atlantic to defend the submarines. After that, plastic was used across scale, and nowadays it is highly thin to ease of life without a bit of plastic. Every year, from within this level, all products are somehow made of plastics, are plastic products. There are the rest of polythenes. There are total of polythenes depending upon the process which we use for the manufacturing. One is high pressure, high pressure, and low pressure. When we apply high pressure, we the ratio of goods polythene, and in low pressure, we are getting high density polyethylene, and the plastic which was generated by fossil fuels in 1993 is now identified as low density polyethylene. And again, there are when we use different type of plastics and not only plastic material, even the coats and the board and decayed type of plastic is have. If you are having a water bottle, it will have one board. One means polyethylene type of plate. Two means high density polyethylene. Three means vinyl, polyvinyl chloride. Four density polyethylene means different type of plastic are different, only 7 groups. Again, one more type of plastic is microplastic. So again, we'll discuss about this in the slides. And these are some examples of polyethylene which is we use our daily life in our drinking water, cold drinks, soaps, and these are recyclable plastic. They are generally safe. However, they should be used single time. That's meant for single use. The that is the polyethylene. They are very safe and they are recyclable. Then the point is the PVC. Any polymer heavy, these are generally safe. These are not generally safe because they contain phthalate. Unlike they are not having phthalate in them. They can become safe. The LDP again is the most number is mostly reusable plastic. And then you see that the polypropylene is also reusable plastic, and then our food containers are made of this, and the cap of the bottle is also made of this of plastic. Then you see plastic. Then again polystyrene. This sort of plastic again dangerous plastic because it contains some styrene. When we heat such a plastic, a chemical one known as styrene, it gets leaked out and it is recorded as anti-cinnamon receptor and human toxic and highly toxic vehicle is not safe. Again, a lot of plastic the use of bottles. Again, these plastics are also not safe until they are bisphenol A free because bisphenol A is again a hormone receptor. And the microplastic, we will talk about this microplastic. This is a plastic which is more dangerous because its size is less than 5 millimeter. And why is it? Because very impossible, very difficult to estimate the exact amount of microplastic in the throughout the globe. And it has been estimated that in by 2020, 2050, in the marine environment, there will be more plastic particles than by our fishes. Again, 72 type microplastic, estimated and primary. We will not go about details about these plastic. I will skip the slides. I will focus only some things, basics. Now this is the slide show about the usage of plastic. Here we say we can see from this chart that the all the person type this sector, again sector will apply to plastic maximum followed by construction. And due to their unknown, the amount of plastic they produce, and only the plastic amount is getting the products based on plastic gets double. And various countries in the world selling plastic, but Asia is number one in consumer countries, India, China, India, and Japan. In Asia, so India is Asia number one, followed by two. So global demand of plastic is in day by day. The plastic waste which is related to the environment is ultimately enter the environment. This is earlier information on this aspect. And after this environment, reducing the environment, reduce plastic waste leads to generation, leads to affect the microbiota. Yes, animals, species, other animals in the environment, they are getting killed due to population, due to blocking in the spine, and in the natural environment, when you throw food stuff in plastic waste, the animals, the animals, used to feed on the dumping sites with food, and ultimately the plastic also gets inside. It was reported that a cow, the cow died after this. After the toxic was reported 2 kg of plastic was recovered from her stomach, and it was again undegraded. Nowadays, it also important science that the waste, the bees, the hives of the honeybees also containing plastic particles. So plastic particle, the plastic waste is producing problems in every sector. In monsoon seasons, these plastic waste are also linked to blockages in these drains and leads to transpiration in the circles. You know why? Because these there are various products and plastics, which also we can there see some slight kind of restriction. These are some the microplastic, which is when a plastic enters the environment, it is to the environment. In the environment, due to environmental forces, it will get converted to various particles called as the microplastic, and these microplastics finally enter the food chain, which ultimately impact the humans as well. Nowadays, of course, the microplastic is reported in the human tissues, in brain cells, human breast milk, in nerve system, and most of the tissues, in kidney cells, most of the tissues are reported having plastics. Also, the bags which are used for our daily use, these also contain some microplastic and microplastic in these. And of course, some million tons of plastics are being released from a single type of tree. So it is very, again, dangerous to consume a certain of trees which have tree bags. And it's also important that the microplastic is using the medicinal in various animals. Now, what the current status of plastic disposable, as per literature, we can see that there are six type of solutions. First is the landfill of plastic waste, installation, burning of plastic waste in the environment, recycling of plastic waste, transition to plastic waste, production of material from plastic waste, degradation of plastic products. So landfilling is one of the common method, and most of the plastic waste is being used in this method to however this method is not safe. It leads to production of various toxic gases when the plastic gas leaks out, and it will lead to deprive the agricultural field as well, and the different use of this it get affected. The second method is incineration, means burning the plastic in the environment or incinerators. If you use incinerators are very expensive, some loaded cost, and these leads to another town. Gases in the environment, this is called like Ahilyanagar, polycarbonate compounds, and with the toxic to the environment. So this one is also not good. The second one, everyone is asking about why do not cycle plastic? But as per the literature, only 10% of plastic waste can be recycled because it is very difficulties in recycling. It is very difficult, expensive. It is low efficiency, low effect. Because when we use some type of plastic, we need main force to sort to collect the plastic and to sort the filter of plastic. So it's very expensive, and sometimes it is cheaper to produce a new carry bag than to recycle it. So this is also not doing. And some people think that we can use 10% of plastic waste in the road construction with the determined, and the rest of the roads are also produced. However, this is again problematic because when we use vitamin and the plastic, when we have to be heated, again, due to heating, various toxins are released in the environment. So this material is not eco friendly. Again, new method, innovative method, which are used to produce petrol from the plastic waste. Again, this method is also producing not fertilizer because producing some gases which are not beneficial. Now the method is by degradation of polythene, of plastic, and is as a report, preservation method is reported as one of the most eco-friendly, cheaper, and accepted method. But there are sources of still hidden microbes on the side and experiment and use. So, what is our contribution in this regard? What we contributed? We have contributed to regular content criteria, and for this we have collected registered soil from these three locations, from west coast of India, from Gujarat and Kumari. We have traveled and collected these 12 locations, and we have already collected, we have collected 74 sites which contains seawater, lake water, and dumping sites as well as rural soil. So we keep this neighborhood as a landmark, and we use this as still forestation of the Sanjay. So we have located 123 local states and 190 local states, and we performed this experiment under weight loss experiment, tensile reduction experiments, and reported that these are the five best performer in veteran category, and these are five other with best performer 100. Then again, he did experiments and he reported that the result based on the sensors and visible and based on the then after this experiment, they again performed supplementary experimentation for a mean fat activity as well as skin endoscopy which further confirmed the degradation of plastic waste and plastic in India. And our results are published and in we reported two scientific licenses for this and business areas in Hyundai. We also got two, three Hyundai from Spain. That is, and as we also tested constitutions, products on both the animals on plants and also the live products. We found that these products are not adapted to animals and plants. Then we also published a book on permitting terminal of plastic waste and impact of plastic waste on the environment. This is that our results got media coverage as well. Our paper published in scientific book got media coverage, and even one of this as the media outlets. And I was also got interview at June now. And what I can say about our book of 2019, in our book we have suggested that we should avoid the plastic waste products. We have suggested to avoid plastic. We have explained this suggestion we have given, but the coincidence are good luck that the same year the plastic Indian Colombia awareness program, especially from 19 to 2019 to ban single-use plastic. The PUC also recommended this guidance to ban plastic in their purposes. They are single-use plastic with their living daily lives. So, as per this guideline, banning guidelines of people's vendors, smokers, they were not permitted to manufacture, store, to sell, transport, supply, use plastics or old items. And if they will be found misconducting using these weight items, which are probably our single-use plastic or these items. As also we have banned single items were banned, and these are the items for some time, 2 months, and those who will violate these orders, these punishments, they will have to face 5 jail, like 1 month, like fine about an absence in charge, and also Senate direction facility and water facility from these partners. However, due to the COVID-19 implemented with social care that we also need social awareness to inform people about the side effects of plastic so that human plastic can be utilized. These we should utilize organic processes, glasses, putting contact and hand with the victims, and these are the most material which can be used as alternative plastic. And these are some strategies I will skip this time again to show you the time. I will give due to as we were discussing about being in plastic, how the our friend of COVID-19, the pain was not prevented fully. Again, various plastic-based products requires production of kits, production of masks, etc. And the delivery items, people try to also online to items that provide maximum connectivity to which leads to generation of various amount of plastic, which is reported that the COVID-19 stocks high amount of plastic is generated around the globe because this was the global and it was reported that in COVID-19, 15 times higher plastic products were generated on the globe. And again, these plastic again because the product will affect the whole animals and the plants. And again, the Mahavidyalaya again implemented the code act after the code act, there was an equal and that's again. And from July 2022, the Indian government bans single plastic. And we have also published two books on this aspect. We have published the plastic and code pandemic, and we have also published the plastic solution. Currently, we have two books on in process Singer. One is the Multi Plastic Regulation, other policies, and these are the process that are so now the last thing about the compacted power packages roadway to plastic elimination by 2047. So what was directed, I hope this we will discuss about the first section punishing phase. Punishing and digitalization phase it started 2024 and 2030. It will say that we should focus on we should implement some rules to companies which are producing products which are producing any plastic and any product which are not degradable. So that if we are any, it means the accident product responsibility we should improve them so that they should get a certificate we should the proof that their products are recyclable. They are not non-recyclable. For that, we should also use some post-use certification methods to provide certification cost. We should price safety and the most latest material so that in all our local urban localities by 2026 it should be implemented. Then we should having an online portal system to what to track the production of plastic and how it was disposable. And unless and until these companies will not use this certificate, plastic certificate, they will not be allowed to run their companies. Then again, we also need this rural creation means the Sanstha and Bharat Seva vision, which is the second that every Gram Panchayat should at least have plastic waste in the unit so that we should get rid of this plastic waste. Then phase second, what we should do in the phase second is called as material innovation and scaling. And it long for 10 years, 30 to 40. It again has some first in the time where it was standards means that it is another amendment into the rules that every company is responsible. They should have a certificate that here biodegradable products are not producing microplastics. Unless and until they will get this certificate, they will not be allowed to run the company. The product will be banned. Will not be allowed. And the second is that the municipality waste is being used as an alternative, the municipality waste means plastic waste mostly having used produce energy, produce RDF And it was recommended that at least these refuse right fuels should be 50% in all these units such as cement plants or heavy industry plants, that their fuels should contain at least 15% of those products which are being based will be refuse derived fuels, and also innovation hubs should be provided in other states. They should have at least as plastic innovative hubs which can utilize CPs based products as strong as polymers or aluminum based products that use to replace plastic, so that the plastic waste will be not generated. And the fourth fact is that the indoor model everywhere. Indoor model means that earlier we had constituent classes, they are having the name strips. So the transition phase, we are centralized to decentralize them to material recovery facilities, so that they and it be available AI technologies. So that using an AI technology, we can sort these kind of second plastics into different types of in all tier 2 and tier 3 cities. And the phase third, which is the last phase, phase 242 to 47, it was having like all the with the formalization of sector at the 2040 multi-year products classification, and this is the master limited product company that are a type of venture plus plan. So that these Sakai Wala, these Sakai Mitra we call those people we used to collect the plastic waste, they should be given fixed wages, they should be given some health benefits at these ideas, so that they provide service to environment. You should call them environment service providers or like we should also bring those non-cyclable products which are used by these companies, and we should only recommend those products which are reusable and highly recyclable and which are not producing microplastic but in their degradation. And the third point is that our city should have at least their on refill solution. Meaning every location we can use refill solution, means we should reduce our litter and reduce litter can be the retrievable and we can utilize it. And the national person appointing that in the legal requirement for all businesses that they should provide possibility education certificate, so that their company can be run. So this is the roadmap for Viksit Bharat 2047 to get plastic free India. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your deeply grateful for your presentation. I would invite Dr. Viksit sir to propose vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. Today we are going to, on the second session of today's national conference, contribution of colleges towards Viksit Bharat 2047. On this occasion, I would like to propose vote of thanks for Dr. Mohammad Shahnawaz, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, University of Ladakh. At the last moment, he received our invitations and he delivered a roadmap towards how the plastic-free atmosphere will be established and by 2047. I would like to express my vote of thanks towards organizing committee and all the members and participants who are participated in this session. Thank you very much. Thank you all of you.
Sir, can I leave now? Yes, yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Next session, it is a technical session. So in this technical session, we have few staff and some participants that are going to present their paper. First, I would like to invite Professor Salva Madam. This one by one provide. दोघांचं तुम्ही अजून कोणी ओळख पुढे दांडेकर पेन ड्राईव्ह प्लीज त्यांच्याकडे प्रोव्हाइड करून द्या आता सेशन चालू तुमचे काय बेनिफिट असेल गुड आफ्टरनून आपल्या टेक्निकल सेशनला आपण सुरुवात करत आहोत टेक्निकल सेशनचे आताचे जे चेअरपर्सन म्हणून काम करतील ते आपले नेटके सर सर्वांमध्ये चेअरपर्सन म्हणून काम करतील त्यानंतर कंट्रोल ऑफ द सेक्शन म्हणून आपले करते सर काम करतील त्यांनाही विनंती करतो की त्यांनी व्यासपीठावर यावं मी नागोडे सरांना विनंती करतो की आपले जे चेअरपर्सन आहेत त्यांचा पुष्पगुच्छ देऊन सत्कार करावा दुसरे आपले एक्सपर्ट जे आहेत डॉक्टर डिजिटल सर आवडी यांचा सत्कार कन्व्हेनर यशवंत कदम सर करतील आणि आता मी या दोन्ही अतिथींना विनंती करतो की त्यांनी पुढे स्थान आमचे सरकारी मित्र डॉक्टर अहिरे सर यांना मी विनंती करतो की आता आपलं जे टेक्निकल सेशन आहे त्याची त्यांची सुरुवात करावी 1 बाय 1 जे पेपर आहे ते प्रेझेंटेशन करू इच्छितात आपल्याला एक तास सेशन चालवायचं आहे ओके ठीक आहे आपल्याला 30 मिनिटं सेशन पूर्ण ठीक आहे 5 पेपर आहे 7 मिनिटं पाच आहे Okay, welcome all of you. Now we are going to start with the technical session. So first of all, I would like to invite Miss Professor Salve Madam to present the project. So it's not hurry that much. You can take your time. It's not that the chairperson is ready for listening to all the students. Don't worry. Take your time. 7 to 10 minutes more.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. So, for the 2 days, we are organizing a session or conferences on contribution of colleges towards Viksit Bharat 2047. So, as we, each and everyone is a part and parcel of the higher education system in today's era. So, why, when this theme of our conference come into our in front of us, there is a one subtopic called infrastructure development and resource management. So here comes the catch of my subject: how the infrastructure and through the infrastructure we could manage our resources for the future development of India in 2047. That is the vision of our conference team. But so for that, here I come from the Department of Geography, this institute only. So my core subject is the geography. So this is the study or the research is try to be correlate the theme, that resource management and infrastructure development with the rooftop rainwater harvesting, which is a part of our subject geography. So first of all, here comes the catch of the concept of sustainability. What is meant by sustainability? So in simple words, what we say that sustain, meaning whatever resources we have it in our hands right now, how can we use them wisely so that could be last for till the next generation. So water is one of the important resource where we need to be protect them, use them wisely, and make sure that this will last for the next generation. And we right now in semi-arid or arid situation or the urbanization, we are facing a water scarcity very severely. So the rooftop rainwater harvesting would be the one of solution for the problem of water scarcity. So and also the water is one of important goal from the sustainable development, which is worldwide recognized. So here comes the background. Why I choose the rooftop rainwater harvesting? First of all, water scarcity, and my region is the Shrigonda, and our institute only comes from the semi-arid region. So first of all, we in the urbanization situation or the semi-arid region, water is important, and to make sure that how we can protect it or conserve it. So the majority of us is mainly depend on the groundwater in the current scenario. So groundwater is a major resources. And the second the important thing is the institutional relevance. Is how can we correlate it with the higher education institutions? And higher education institutions have a building or the infrastructure, which is infrastructure development. So they have a potential in them to inbuild this infrastructure in their institutions or government higher technical education institute, whatever we have, UGC or NAC, if they demanded or make it compulsory for the higher education institute to inbuild such kind of infrastructure in their institutions. So basically, the below figure is just a flow map of rooftop rainwater harvesting, how it works. So first of all, whatever rainwater drops on the roof of the buildings or the any construction, what we do, we collect them. So first of all, collect root runoff. Second, when they have collected the water, we convey them via gutters or the down pipes. So we can have a flow pipelines through which all the collected water can be get down below. And at the end of or the outlet, we can have a filtration system. At the end, we can get a filtered water. As in this situation, the first runoff is not used because before the rain, the rooftop has so many dirtiness on it. So the first flush never used for it. So after the first flush, we can use the next water. So the next is the storage tanks. So when the filtration out of the filtration system, whichever water will get out, we can have a stored it because all of us know that India is in a monsoon condition. So only 3 and 4 months we have a rainwater or water kind of situation. So what about the whole year water consumptions? So these storage tanks, the water stored in the tanks will be used for the next day or the next period. And the later use. Here comes also the catch. I will explain it later on. The next is research end. So for this study, when this team or the kind of conference team come in front of me, I thought let's try it on our college. Just if this rainwater harvesting system, if implemented in any institution, let's calculate it. How it will or how much water it can be stored. It is a pilot project so that others will get inspired from us or some higher authority can say that made it mandatory so that we could manage the water scarcity problem. So the aim is to estimate rooftop rainwater harvesting potential for selected campus building at Shri Chhatrapati Shivaji Mahavidyalaya, Shrigonda, and the scope the buildings analyzed. So for this, all the buildings are not. So for this, all the buildings may or may not be included because of the tin roof or the various types of the roofs. So selected buildings have been included, and the rainfall period. So 2005 and 2014, statistics-wise rainfall data has been given. So we can also use the latest data, but due to an uncertain time gap, I could not get it the latest one. So as I previously said, that is the pilot project. So the study area, the location of the Shrigonda, the climatic condition, the semi-arid region, the monsoonal condition which lasts for the 3 to 4 months. The rainfall ranges 450 to 650 millimeter, which is an average semi-arid condition, not the drought one, not the heavy one. And the water context, we face the drought condition sometimes, and also the majority of us for water, groundwater source is the majority primary sources. So for the campus overview, this is the map of our college, which is digitized by myself only on the software called QGI software, which is openly available. That is not a paid one. So then the RCC, the second overview of our campus. Our campus has 16.5 acres. The area is very large. That's why we have a potential to do it. And also the multiple RCC rooftop buildings with open grass spaces also. So this is the study area actually one. So these are our campus, the satellite images we have, and on this you can see that you can look at from this over top of you. You can see that this is our main building and the ceiling and the big blocks. Why it is looks like a brown shade? I purposely kept it as it is because the area of this is measured by me digitally with the satellite images, and the measuring tool is used from the Google Earth Pro engine. Inbuilt tool is there. So the remote sensing and GIS approach of geography is also you can see here. So for that, these buildings have taken into consideration. This is the our girls hostel. This is MCVC building, library. This is gymkhana. This is our main administration building. This is the C block, that is science building, and all these are the tin-shaped roofs, which is the B building. Okay. So this is my study area. So data and methodology. First of all, these selected suitable buildings have been selected, which I have shown you right now. Also, then digitized rooftop polygons for the measuring of area of the rooftop. Then measuring tool in the ArcGIS Pro software is used to measure the rooftop. Then the average rainfall have been Ahmednagar district gadget here. From that source, the average rainfall has been got. Then apply for runoff coefficient. So how can we measure the runoff? For that there is the equation. So this is the runoff coefficient. All the collected data has been put into the this equation. Q is the quantity of harvested water, E is the runoff coefficient, I is annual rainfall, A is rooftop catchment area. So for that, how can we calculate the runoff coefficient? So this is the important thing. So for that, the sources is given at the below. The type of the roof decide the runoff coefficient. So separately, 4 types and that runoff coefficient has been presented here. So for the Shrigonda, the area, the rainfall from the 2005 to 2014 and its average has been taken and the calculation and its graph is over here. Then the rooftop catchment area by building wise. So this is the building area. So from each building has calculated the area and you can show the highest we have of like B wing and the hostel has the highest area. So as the area is the highest, they have a higher potential to have a water collected. Then here is the final and the output which we get after the calculations. The buildings type, their rooftop area, runoff coefficient according to the type of roof. Then rainfall intensity, as all these buildings comes across in the one campus only, so rainfall cannot be changed. So there might be question why it is the same. So that is the question. And the discharge is calculated using the previous given equation. So in this, we can say that at the end, it is a 16,51,000 around liters of water could be captured through our rooftop in per annum if this is implemented correctly. So this could be my conclusion, or this is a pilot project. So some and around nearly 10,000 of lakh liters of water we could get. So this is the building wise. If some institutes may have a question that we are not get funding or costing for implementing it for all the buildings. So for building wise, discharge has been calculated. So for pilot purposes, we could have implementation of it for one building, 2 buildings, or some of kind of. If this is implemented in our college, so B wing and the girls hostel has the highest potential. And as I recently come across that our college has already implemented it for the C section, science section, and the administrative. This is the proudly I can say that this is really working and it's inspirational for the others one. So there is a conclusion around 1.6 million liters of water per yearly could be stored if this could be happen for all the sections in our college. And what is the 1.6 million liters of water then? Everyone knows the Paris 1000 liter of tanks. So such 1650 such tanks could be stored. Such waters could be stored if implemented this. Then why and the first and lastly. Why we could have these implications? Because it can reduce the dependence on groundwater sources significantly, support sustainable water management, then also promote the environmental awareness among the student and community. And also here I would like to give out quote of the Mandal sir in the morning session. He says that the vision of 2047 should be how it should be. It must have needs and necessities. We must find out the needs and necessities of the locality without having a prejudice. I got the catch it from the morning session, and also some of the at the references I also included it that some of the surveys conducted they state that if the green spaces having in the campuses can reduce the stress of students of life, and also it shows the living standard of community they are teaching. That our living standard that can be promoted through the green spaces infrastructure like such. So thank you so much.
Questions?
मला स्टाफ सांगितलं होतं पूर्ण बिल्डिंगला तुम्ही एरिया सांगितला त्याच्यातून 1.65 मिलियन पाणी कलेक्ट केलं.
It's calculated and
त्यातून जे मोकळी जागा आहे त्याच्यावर किती होऊ शकतं त्याच्यापेक्षा मला माझा तिकडे जास्त होऊ शकतं कारण तो एरिया जास्त आहे. त्याच्यावर तेवढं खर्च करण्यापेक्षा साईडला एक आपलं तर आहे तसं जर ग्राउंड वॉटरचं साईड डेव्हलप केलं त्याच्यापेक्षा तो बेटर राहील. कारण आपण जे महिने पावसाळ्यात पाणी वापरतो त्याच्यानंतर आपण ग्राउंड वॉटरचं थोडंच अवलंबून आहे.
रेन वॉटर हार्वेस्टिंग मध्ये मेजॉरिटी दोन टाइप्स आहेत. एक आहे रूफटॉप रेन वॉटर हार्वेस्टिंग. माय रिसर्च एरिया इज रूफटॉप रेन वॉटर हार्वेस्टिंग because we already all the previously established institutions already have the rooftop infrastructure previously developed. Need not to reconstruct it instead of having. And the second type is surface rainwater harvesting, which you need to be implemented the pavements, the infiltration gutters or all the things, and then stored into the under the tanks. So this could be happen. No doubt, both the situations are currently working in the India into the different parts and parcel of the different institutions. No doubt, but currently and just right now, whatever time I have got, I developing in our institute. And also, if the future scope will want or I want to conduct it the next one, I can have a future scope of the testing of this water. Then after the testing, we would get the laboratory criteria. Then I can define where this water best suitably used for the gardening purpose, for the washroom or the toiletries or the basin purpose. Then if the best suitable, we can have a drinkable or potable water out of it. So the research scope has a majority of things.
For the next presentation. It was nice presentation. I think the knowledge and implementation of all. The next presentation is by Teachers Outside. Please give your data and the make it short if possible. Yes. Do not teach.
जास्त काही सांगू टॉपिक डिस्प्ले भी काय करते ते gamified student engagement platform to reduce lecture absenteeism in higher education. मुलं येत नाही कॉलेजमध्ये ते काल सर येते फिजिओलॉजी कन्सेप्ट सर यूज केली त्याच्यावर फक्त प्रॉब्लेम होता की मुलं येत नाहीत आणि ते त्याच्यावर प्रेडिक्ट करत होते की न आल्यामुळे काय होईल किंवा काय होऊ शकतं. बट मी सोल्युशन देण्याचं थोडं ट्राय केलंय की आता ऑल ओव्हर जर आपण गेमिंग सेक्टर पाहिलं तर बिलियन मध्ये स्टुडंट गेम खेळतात तर बिलियन्स मध्ये गेमिंग आहे म्हणजे स्टुडंट त्याच्यावर गेम खेळतात. पण ते जर तेच गेमिंगची लॉजिक आहे ज्याच्यात रिवॉर्ड सेक्शन त्यानंतर लीडर बोर्ड त्यानंतर इन्स्टंट आताची सगळ्यांना इन्स्टंट गरज लागते की इन्स्टंट रिवॉर्ड हवाय त्याच्यात जे डोपामिन रिलीज होतं ते मुलांना हवंय तर त्या टाइप कन्सेप्ट म्हणजे गेमिफाईड म्हणजे त्या जे कन्सेप्ट यूज करतात ते इन्स्टंट रिवॉर्डिंग, त्यानंतर रँकिंग, त्यानंतर लीडर बोर्ड. जर लीडर बोर्ड मध्ये जर आपलं नाव दिसलं तर ते लाईक वी आर गिव्हिंग देम पॉवर. म्हणजे त्या लीडर बोर्ड मध्ये नाव एक नंबर येते तर ते मुलांना असं पॉवर याच्यात जर शो केस करतात ते त्यांना दाखवते ते प्रॉब्ली. तर हे सेक्शन मी यूज करून काही कन्सेप्ट तुमच्याकडे मांडतोय. प्रॉब्लेम स्टेटमेंट तर सगळ्यांना माहितीच आहे, स्टुडंट येत नाहीयेत वगैरे वगैरे किंवा क्लास बंक करतात का बंक करतात. पण जर आपण पाहिलं, जर आपण एखादा इव्हेंट घेतोय कॉलेजमध्ये तर मुलं खूप येतात. रिझन काय? त्याला तिथं त्यांच्या मनासारखं करायला भेटतंय, त्यानंतर त्याला त्यांची इमेज क्रिएट करायला तिथं ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी भेटते. पण क्लासमध्ये त्याला एंगेजमेंट नाहीये, कोण बोलत नाही किंवा सर लोक बोलत नाही त्यांच्याशी, त्यामुळे त्यांना असं वाटतं की मला कोणी विचारतच नाही की कॉलेजला काय. तर त्या बेसिक इथे मी प्रॉब्लेम स्टेटमेंट मध्ये लिहिलेले जास्त वाचून न सांगण्यापेक्षा मी एक्सप्लेन करतो काय. तर माझा रिसर्च पेपरचा आहे त्याचा प्रपोज काय, जे गेमिंग सेक्शन मध्ये जे त्यांनी टेक्नॉलॉजी यूज केली. आता जर गेमिंग सेक्टर मध्ये मुलं अट्रॅक्ट करण्यासाठी जर ते यूज करू शकतात तर व्हाय गव्हर्नमेंट नॉट युजिंग दिस कन्सेप्ट. तर त्यात मी कन्सेप्ट प्रपोजल केले की जर डेली क्विज घेतल्या आणि जर त्यांची रँकिंग जर त्याला डेली दिली लाईक अ स्नॅपचॅट देर आर स्ट्राईक वेन जर आपण डेली जर येत असेल तर स्नॅपचॅट रिलेटेड सांगतो. तर स्नॅपचॅट मध्ये जे स्ट्राईक आपण यूज करतो, जर डेली तुम्ही स्नॅप टाकताय, जर डेली तुम्ही फोटो टाकताय तर ते स्ट्राईक मेंटेन करताय का, कारण तुम्ही नेक्स्ट टाइम परत फोटो टाकता त्या प्लॅटफॉर्मवर व्हिजिट करतात. सेम तसं मी एक कन्सेप्ट त्याच्यात यूज केलेली आहे. जर तुम्ही डेली अटेंडन्स देताय 5 पॉइंट्स मध्ये ते एक स्ट्राईक बनतीये, तर मुलांना ते क्रेज राहील की मी स्ट्राईक मेंटेन करतोय. त्यानंतर ना पॉइंट टेबल मध्ये लीडरशिप राहील की कोण किती नंबरला आहे. तर याच्यात मी काही कन्सेप्ट ऍड केले की ट्रॅकिंग, ह्या कारणामुळे अटेंडन्स ट्रॅकिंगला फायदा मिळेल. त्यानंतर डेली फीस घेतल्यामुळे काही कन्सेप्ट क्लिअर झाले. ते सगळ्या कन्सेप्ट आपल्याला टीचर लोकांना जास्त स्टुडंटचा पॅटर्न फाइंड आउट करायला येईल की मुलं किती पर्सेंटनी करतात ते. त्यानंतर आज काय शिकवलेलं कळलं का झालं, 5 मिनिटं इकडे तिकडे जातात त्याच्यात जर क्विज घेतली. त्यानंतर ना व्हाय स्टुडंट स्किपिंग द लेक्चर, म्हणजे काय कारण जाणून घेणं महत्त्वाचं की मुलं काय करतात. इथे बेसिकली lack of engagement student of skill the due to lack of engagement. म्हणजे ट्रेडिशनली जे तुम्ही लेक्चर वगैरे घेता त्याला असं वाटतं की मला इन्व्हॉल्वमेंट करत नाही, मोटिवेट करत नाही. त्यानंतर ना काही गोष्टी अशा शिकवल्या त्याला समजत नाही तरी त्याला तुमच्यापर्यंत पोहोचता येत नाही. तर तो एक प्रॉब्लेम आहे. त्यानंतर वेगवेगळे क्लासेस आहेत जे तिथे क्लासेस त्याला प्रेफर करता येईल. क्लासेस आठवड्यात त्यांचे टेस्ट घेतात जे त्याला प्रेफर वाटतं की आमच्याकडून अभ्यास करून घेतोय. जर ह्या प्लॅटफॉर्म मध्ये जर डेली टास्क असेल, डेली क्विज असेल, काय असेल, तर यामुळे मुलांना एंगेजमेंट वाढेल आणि त्यांना पण अंडरस्टँडिंग वाढेल की काय शिकवतोय काय नाही. तर ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह काय आहे यामध्ये बेसिकली की आपल्याला टीचरांना अनालिसिस करायला सोपं जाईल. मुलांना डेली क्विज दिल्यानंतर त्यांची इन्व्हॉल्वमेंट वाढेल. त्यानंतर ना गेमिंग प्लॅटफॉर्म डिझाइन केल्यामुळे त्यांना एक क्रेज येईल की लीडरशिप मध्ये जर आपलं नाव वर येण्यासाठी जर डेली पॉइंटिंग आहे, जर क्विज कंप्लीट केली आज डेली तर 5 पॉइंट, त्यानंतर डेली जर येतोय तर 5 पॉइंट, त्यानंतर ना अदर ऍक्टिव्हिटीज मध्ये इन्व्हॉल्वमेंट आहे तर 5 पॉइंट. अशी पॉइंटिंग कलेक्ट करून त्याला ते फ्लेक्स करता येईल. मेन जे फ्लेक्सिंग आहे, प्रत्येकाचं इंस्टाग्राम अकाउंट असेलच तर त्याच्यावर फ्लेक्सिंग म्हणजे माझे एवढे फॉलोअर्स आहेत, एवढे जर हेच सिस्टीम जर याच्यात इन्व्हॉल्व केली एज्युकेशन मध्ये आणि जर सांगितलं की आय हॅव अचीव्ड XYZ पॉइंट्स इन माय क्लास आणि जर त्यामुळे त्याला जर फ्लेक्सिंग मिळत असेल, तर मोटिवेशन भेटत असेल तर हे कन्सेप्ट त्याच्यावर आहे. तर मी रिसर्च वर तेच आपण तुम्हाला सांगितलं अटेंडन्स आणि परफॉर्मन्स वाढेल जर त्यांची पॉइंटिंग ठेवली तर. त्यानंतर प्रपोजल माझी जी डॅशबोर्ड बनवायचं प्रपोजल आहे फक्त याच्यात एक डॅशबोर्ड प्लॅटफॉर्म पाहिजे आहे इंस्टाग्राम काही डेट होणार नाही, YouTube डेट होणार नाही, रिप्लेसमेंट न्यू सोशल मीडिया प्लॅटफॉर्म येऊन रिप्लेस करणार आहे फक्त. मग जर आपण ह्या गोष्टी जर त्याला फ्लेक्सिंग करण्यासाठी इंस्टाग्राम म्हणजे एक प्लॅटफॉर्म बनवला आणि तिथून ते त्यांच्या पॉइंटर्स डेली ऍक्टिव्हिटीज जर फ्लेक्स करत असतील इंस्टाग्रामवर तर त्याला पण एक क्रिएटिव्ह त्याला एक्साइटमेंट राहील की मी कसे पॉइंट अर्न करेन अजून आणि मी फ्लेक्स करेन. तर या कोर्स सिस्टीमचं जे स्ट्रक्चर आहे त्याला डायरेक्ट मी सांगत नाही, डायरेक्ट फायनल येतो. कन्क्लुजन की ह्या फ्लेक्सिंगमुळे ह्या आता AI जे आहेत, तुम्ही आता इंस्टाग्राम पण यूज करता, आधी तुम्ही इंस्टाग्राम वगैरे यूज करत नव्हते, जस्ट सडनली या सगळ्या गोष्टी तुम्हाला करायला लागतात आणि AI येणारच आहे. जर AI आल्यानंतर ही गोष्ट जर इम्प्लिमेंट नाही झाली, AI काहीतरी रिप्लेस करणारच आहे. कोणत्या गोष्टी म्हणजे ट्रेडिशनली आता सध्या सगळ्या गोष्टी बंद होत आहेत. बरेचसे कोर्सेस जे ऑनलाईन झालेत, त्यानंतर युनिव्हर्सिटी पण बरेचसे ऑनलाईन कोर्स पब्लिश करून राहिले त्यांचे. तर त्यासाठी मी हे प्रपोजल केलंय की जर तुम्ही ऍक्टिव्हिटी डिलीट केल्या, रन केलं, ह्यानी जर लिंकिंग सारखे प्रोफाईल, बरेचसे लिंकिंग प्रोफाईल असतीलच, तर लिंकिंग वर आपल्याला सगळं अपलोड करायला लागतंय. बट ते आपण काय करतोय, जर 6 महिन्यानंतर जर आपण रिझल्ट देऊन तो रिझल्ट अपलोड करतोय आणि जर तो मुलगा तो पेपर 2 दिवसात काढ अभ्यास करून काढ, तसं जर डेली ऍक्टिव्हिटीज मध्ये तो इन्व्हॉल्व असेल, तर डेली जर त्याला क्विज आहे, तर डोपामाइन रिलीज करण्यासाठी एक सायकोलॉजी सर की एक छोटा टास्क म्हणजे मोठा टास्क छोट्या टास्क मध्ये डिवाइड करून तर त्याला इन्स्टंट रिवॉर्ड जर दिला, म्हणजे हल्ली तेच चाललंय गेमिंग मध्ये. जर तुम्ही गेम वगैरे जर असेल तर माहिती दिली तर खूप सारे मुलं पैसे पण इन्व्हेस्ट करतात आहे तू फक्त फ्लेक्स करण्यासाठी की दाखवायला की माझ्याकडे हे एक कलेक्शन आहे. तर हे जर इम्प्लिमेंट केले की जर एक प्लॅटफॉर्म बनवला, तर प्लॅटफॉर्मवर त्याला पॉइंटिंग जर दिले डेली अटेंडन्स मुळे, क्विज मुळे, ऍक्टिव्हिटीज मध्ये घेतल्यामुळे, तर त्याला एक क्रेज राहील की मी अटेंड करतो तर 5 पॉइंट मला भेटतात, ते मला फ्लेक्स करायला पण जागा भेटते. आणि ह्यामुळे टीचर लोकांना काय फायदा होईल, जर एखादा मुलगा सडनली जर ड्रॉप आउट होतो, पॉइंट जर डेली अर्न करत असेल नॅचरल ड्रॉप आउट होतं, तर तुम्हाला तिथे कनेक्ट करता येईल त्या मुलाला की व्हॉट्स प्रॉब्लेम. तर हे डेली अनालिसिस राहील आणि कंपनीला ना की एक 6 महिन्यानंतर तुम्ही काय रिझल्ट देता त्याच्यावर पिक करण्यापेक्षा तुम्ही डेली ऍक्टिव्हिटीज किती केल्या आणि यामध्ये इन्व्हॉल्वमेंट पण जास्त मुलांची वाढेल, जेणेकरून मुलांचा परफॉर्मन्स पण वाढेल सॉरी की काय काय करतो किंवा प्रॅक्टिकल मध्ये पण त्याची इन्व्हॉल्वमेंट वाढेल. जर आपण एखादं लेबल दिलं, प्रत्येक ह्याच्यात लेबल असतं, जर मी बीसीएस चा स्टुडंट आहे तर आमच्या बऱ्याचशा फील्ड राहतात, डिबगर राहतं, एरर फाइंडिंग राहतात, स्मार्ट मॉडेल, असे जर लेबल मुलांना जर दिले, प्रोव्हाइड केले, जर डेली ऍक्टिव्हिटी प्रॅक्टिकल मध्ये घेऊन त्याला लेबल दिले, त्याला प्राऊड वाटेल की मी जे करतोय की मला काहीतरी लेबल मिळतंय. तर फ्लेक्सिबल करण्यासाठी पण त्याला ऑप्शन भेटते आणि दाखवण्यासाठी. आणि जर हीच जर सिस्टीम जर मोठ्या युनिव्हर्सिटीने जर केली, तर ऑल ओव्हर जेवढे त्यांचे अंडर कॉलेजेस आहेत, तर त्यामध्ये हे पण कळेल की मी फक्त वर्गामध्ये जर माझा 2 नंबर असेल तर दुसऱ्या कॉलेजमध्ये मी 4 नंबरला आहे. म्हणजे हे त्याला कळेल आणि क्रेज वाढेल की हाऊ आय अर्न मोर पॉइंट्स ऑन इट.
Any question?
ऍप्लिकेशन डेव्हलप कोण करेल आपण?
ऍप्लिकेशन सर मी
आपल्याला समजा एखाद्या क्लासवरती ते इम्प्लिमेंट करायचं पाहिजे प्रोजेक्ट, ते ऍप्लिकेशन कोण डेव्हलप
मीच इथे मी स्किप केलं टाइम टेबल. मी ना वर्कफ्लो जो आहे ना तो डॅशबोर्ड घेतलेला आहे. प्रोसेस सिस्टीम, कोर्स सिस्टीम म्हणजे काय करायचं, पॉइंटिंग सिस्टीम घेतले, त्या मुलाचा पोर्टफोलिओ असेल जे करून तो दाखवेल. म्हणजे जसं लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल आपण शेअर करतो, रिझ्यूमे मध्ये टाकतो, तर त्याला हे टाकलं तर ती कंपनी डेली ट्रॅक करू शकतो. म्हणजे जर 3 महिन्याचा जर हा कोर्स आहे माझा, तर यामध्ये मी डेली काय केलं, किती अटेंडन्स दिली आहे, जेणेकरून कॉलेजला पण कंपनीला पण कळेल आणि कॉलेजमध्ये जे सर आहेत त्याला ट्रॅक करण्यासाठी पण सोपं जाईल. हे एक आहे. आणि त्यानंतर मग हे सिस्टीम माझा आर्किटेक्चर आहे. मी काय ऍडमिन पॅनल आहे, सेंट्रल सर्व्हर आहे, टीचर मॉड्यूल आहे, स्टुडंट मॉड्यूल आहे आणि एनालिटिक्स इंजिन. म्हणजे जर एक पेपर आपण एक एमएल मॉडेल जर हे केलं, ट्रेन केलं की बेसिकली जर आपण सडनली जर पॉइंट अर्न करणं बंद झालं तर ते डिटेक्ट करेल, टीचरला डायरेक्ट नोटिफिकेशन जाईल की हा स्टुडंटनी हे पॉइंटिंग येणं कमी झालंय किंवा काय असेल तर तुम्हाला डायरेक्ट टच मध्ये जाता येईल त्या स्टुडंटच्या. आता बेसिकली काय होतं, प्रत्येक स्टुडंट शिकतो बट माहितच नाही, जर तुम्हाला कळलंच नाही की आज शिकवलेलं किती कळलंय त्याला, आणि जर ती जर तुम्हाला क्विज जर तुम्हाला कळत असेल तर हे मला असं वाटतं सोपं जाईल टीचर लोकांसाठी. आणि जर विकसित भारत कधी होईल, जर युथ विकसित असेल तर ह्या गोष्टीवर मी माझा रिसर्च पेपर आहे, त्यावर काम करतोय. अजून काही क्वेश्चन असेल
आविष्कार मध्ये घेतलं
आविष्कार मध्ये सर दुसरा प्रश्न
आपण
The cost is please the website of the development center. हो ऍप पण डेव्हलप करता येईल त्याच्यात इम्प्लिमेंटेशन पण खूप सारे जर आपण एआय मॉडेल त्याच्यात डिटेक्ट केलं आणि जर आपण पॅरेंट साठी जर एक प्लॅटफॉर्म हे केला की जो पॅरेंट पण ट्रॅक करू शकेल की आज किती त्यांनी पॉइंट केले कोणत्या दिवशी तो अब्सेंट होता त्या गोष्टी माहित नाही कारण पॅरेंट टच मध्ये राहते तर त्याला बसल्या बसल्या मोबाईलवर ऍप असेल आणि ते फक्त लॉग इन करून जर मुलगाने टेस्ट दिली का किती मार्क पडले त्यानंतर तो आज आला का ह्या गोष्टी जर त्या ऍपवर कळत असेल पॅरेंटला तर मला असं वाटतं त्या मुलाची डेव्हलपमेंट अजून चांगली होईल आणि पालकांचं पण लक्ष त्याच्याकडे जास्त
Cases we have tried this also. Whenever we say that to the students for the Saturday we are going to take test, on that Saturday no one comes to lecture.
पण सर जर प्लॅटफॉर्म पॅरेंट साठी जर असेल ना तर पॅरेंटला कळेल ना की माझा मुलगा येतच नाही टेस्टला तो का परत त्या लेक्चरला किंवा त्या क्लासला बसून देतो
Sorry for we are not having that much time to discuss. Please. Next presentation more. Make it short. This is a concept. Using this, you can totally solve the road problems. Like no need to be develop roads again. So using this concept, you can travel without interfering ears and without creating noise without directly in ear. So this is the just a controls and balance performance system. Using this, you can. This is simple. You can see everyone knows the piston of the motorcycle. Okay? This is the ideal example. Whenever just piston will be moving, it has a need of the balancer. So whenever you just balancer at the particular angle, just unbalance that, you have the directional movement. So that's using this directional movement, you can use that part. This like structure of arm. Using a symmetrical angle. This concept is under development. Just this is the concept.
मुळेचे कॉन्सेप्ट नेहमी एकदम आपलातून असतात. आज कदाचित भरपूर लोक बघितलं तर थोडंसं अनुभव झाला. ते कॉन्सेप्ट नेहमी खूप नाही तू बोलतोस तुम्हाला माहिती. ओके नेक्स्ट इज मिस्टर Andekar यांची प्लीज. And the last one will be the Sakshi madam. Please Sakshi last.
My name is Chhatrapati from Science from Bharat. My research topic and considered activity of Carabao Hydrata. Carabao Hydrata plant is a succulent cactus present on dry land. This is a low water containing plant. It is belonging to plant family Apocynaceae. It is also known as Shrigonda, Barbarism and Ramsambal in India. This is the common name of this plant. Plant is extensively found in semi-arid region of Asia, West Asia, Western Africa, Pakistan, India, and Indian subcontinent, and other countries. It is a cheap, readily usually available fresh punching and what we can resource is utilized pickle and chutney in Andhra Pradesh, dry region, and historically using in stamina. This is a classification of plant Bentham and Hooper system and angiosperm hydrogenetic group APC system. Fusion anorganic higher subdivision angiosperm class dipot subclass Gamma series bipyrrolate order dependence aminoacids and skeletal APG figure plant clad angiosperm clad eudoicot clad polydicot clad aspirin, order maintenance, aminoacids, this This is a plant photograph. Plant height, height, plant root, plant fruits, vertical types of fruits, one side opening होते आणि त्या सीड असे विंग असतात आणि ते एका ठिकाणी दुसऱ्या ठिकाणी ट्रान्सफर होते इझिली. प्लांट जीपीएस फोटोग्राफ geotag photograph, geotag photograph, plant herbarium, plant tower, and identification in vertical cyclopedia, PSI, Pune. They identified from the CF1, it is an accession number. This antioxidant activity generally oxidative damage of cell. जे ऑक्सिडेशन होतं त्यापासून जर आपल्याला बॉडी वाचवण्यासाठी आपण अँटीऑक्सिडंट यूज करतो जे रिॲक्टिव्ह ऑक्सिजन स्पेसिस आहे त्या बॉडीला हार्म पोहोचतो त्यामुळे आपलं डीएनए डॅमेज होतो सेल मेम्ब्रेन सेल डॅमेज होतो सेल्युलर कंपोनंट जे आहेत सेल ऑर्गेनिल मायटोकॉन्ड्रिया असेल जो अदर सेल ऑर्गेनिल असेल ते डॅमेज करण्याचं काम करतात त्यामुळे टॉक्सिसिटी जनरेट होते नंतर काही जे डिसीज आपल्याला कॉज होतात म्हणजे कॅन्सर सारखा जो डिसीज आहे जास्त करून म्हणजे या ऑक्सिडेटिव्ह डॅमेजमुळे आपल्याला पाहायला नंतर जो अदर जे डिसीज आहे तर ते पण आहेत ॲथ्रोपोरोसिस ॲस्ट्रेसिस हिस्टेरिया अँड हे अदर असे डिसीज आहेत तर ते ऑक्सिडेटिव्ह डॅमेजमुळे पाहायला तर ते एन्झाईम जनरेटली वर्क करते कॅटॅलिस्ट आणि हायपरऑक्सिडेशन बॉडी नॅचरल अँटीऑक्सिडंट तर ते अँटीऑक्सिडंट आपल्याला फ्रूट व्हेजिटेबल्स आणि नट्समध्ये पाहायला Next, preparation of extract. Plant materials are the extract to be plant materials Shrigonda facility to go Ahilyanagar district and Maharashtra, India. Production of plant material with high powder, PSI, in the added hydrogen. And then powder to the withdrawal. 50 ml over the plant powder. 50-40 ml. Antioxidant activity standard आहे ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid मध्ये 250 mg microgram per ml मध्ये 76.80% inhibition आहे. 50 मध्ये 500 mg ml मध्ये 81.70% inhibition आपल्याला पाहिजे. 1000 microgram per liter मध्ये मध्ये 97.23% inhibition आहे. त्या स्टेनरचे जर कंपॅरिझन आपण जर घेतलं त्यावेळेला हंड्रेडच्या स्टेनमध्ये 51 250 ला 500 ला 65 आणि 1000 mg ला 65.25 mg inhibition. As compared to स्टेनमध्ये हायेस्ट आपल्याला inhibition percentage of inhibition पाहिलं आहे. स्टेन 250 ला 57.32% आणि हायेस्ट जे आहे 77.44% inhibition करते म्हणजे ते स्ट्रॉंग अँटीऑक्सिडंट म्हणून हे 1000 मिलीग्रॅम मध्ये जर तुम्ही टाकलं स्ट्रॉंग अँटीऑक्सिडंट ऍक्टिव्हिटी शो 96 वेल प्लेटेड रिलीजरचे जे मेथड आहे त्याने केलेले आणि नंतर त्याचे ग्राफिकल रिप्रेझेंटेशन स्टँडर्ड आहे पहिले जे तीन मॉडेल आहे 250 500 आणि 1000 ml नंतर स्टेन 250 500 and 1000 रूटमध्ये जर पण घेतलं तर थोडा स्टेनच्या कंपेअरमध्ये जास्त ऍक्टिव्हिटी पाहिजे. नेक्स्ट conclusion antioxidant, sorry, the antioxidant activity sample त्यामध्ये जर भेटलं ascorbic acid 250 ला 76.80% एवढे inhibition आणि 1000 ला 97.23% inhibition पाहिजे. As compared to stem मध्ये जर बघितलं तर 250 ला 51.85% आणि 1000 ला 65.25% एवढे inhibition आहे. आणि wood मध्ये जर बघितलं 250 ला 57.32 and 1000 ला 77.44%. 1000 microgram ml ला तेवढं जास्त amount घ्यायची आवश्यकता आहे. Electrons use केले. Next. Antioxidant activity it is a platelet.
Inorganic or laboratory or any other place? Or
Other place, research center. Research center.
Is there any spectrophotometer or other facilities are available?
Spectrum.
You have done this activity.
Thank you, sir. So the next and the last one is the Miss Sakshi Patnam Shetty.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, the topic or title of my research topic is Digital Pedagogies for a Developed Nation, Architecting Student-Centric Learning Ecosystems for Viksit Bharat 2047. So, this paper examines the critical intersection of digital technology and pedagogy as we want to transition towards the Viksit Bharat 2047. So, this paper argues that the HEIs, that is higher education institutions, must abandon passive learners, passive lecture, that is a traditional system, and we should go towards the tailored learning for Gen Zs and Gen Alpha learners, because these kind of learners we can see in our colleges which are coming, and these are the learners which need and which demand for autonomy specifically, because they are digital natives, and that's why the paper focuses upon studies and creation of digital campuses, that is digital plus physical campuses. As we all know, there is a gap between the NEP 2020 vision, the policy paper, and the pedagogical reality which is coming or which is laid down from 70 years till now, and these system has need to be changed, because in practical, as we can see, with the traditional lecture system or the traditional system has been rooted so deep that we need to somewhere change the system. The statement of problem is that the policy paper is different from execution on the ground. Even though NEP 2020 is active, changing a 70-year-old rigid policy system takes time. That's why we need to focus upon the more technological driven vision of the NEP. The objective of this paper is to propose a strategic framework for architecting AI accumulated student-centric learning ecosystems, to tailor the unique cognitive profiles of Gen Z and Gen Alpha learners, to examine the efficacy of digital pedagogies like Gen AI and adaptive learning, and the last one is to evaluate the synergy between NEP 2020 and digital public infrastructure, cultivating the AI literate and innovation-led workforce required for Viksit Bharat 2047. The research methodology is basically used for this because there was a less time span, that's why secondary sources are used. The policy papers of NEP 2020 and the NITI Aayog paper and all the case studies are used for this. There is no empirical study for this paper done. Limitations of study will also include ethical and algorithmic biases. There will be data privacy concerns also. If we are going to implement physical, digital, technological capacities in our colleges, then while implementing these kind of systems, like one of the fellow participants showed his software also, like gaming and quizzing simplified system should be implemented in the college. But the concern is what kind of data are we taking from the students? Because here comes the DPDP Act also. If we are taking personal or PII or personalized information of students in that platform particularly, then what can be the effect of these personalized data, it can again come into the DPDP Act can come into place, which is Digital Personal Data Protection Act, and that's why using such platforms are also threatening, because again anyone can claim their privacy credentials are used. Going towards the finding, the current literature confirms that digital native students, Gen Z and Gen Alpha, demand autonomy in their learning. 75% of the students feel significantly more motivated in AI-empowered environments compared to only 30% in traditional classrooms. Adaptive systems like real-time scaffolding keep students zone of proximal development, improving mastery. Mass personalization via Gen AI improves student performance. 2020, what has to be changed and why? The first thing that has to be changed is we have to keep the learner towards the center and not the teacher towards the center. This has to be changed, and basically, recently IKS are also implemented in our curriculum. That is the Indian traditional knowledge systems. Majorly, people are in myth that only Sanskrit language has been used, but basically, it has NEP tells us that we have to implement the home language or the mother tongue till at least 5th grade, so that students develop at their cognitive skills and their emotional capabilities also to learn more effectively. That should be focused, because NEP ultimately tells us to keep the student at the center and not the teacher at the center. So these are the visions of NEP 2020, that the fundamental duties, constitutional values, and all this should be implemented in the students' approaches. And all the other things, that is experimental, collaborative approach, monologues. The best practices the colleges or the institutions can adopt is creating a digital environment, that is physical plus digital environment. More generative AI techniques should be implemented, more quizzes, gamified progresses should be implemented, and they should actively participate students. Lastly, I would like to say that upgrading of pedagogy is no longer just an academic debate, but it is today's economic necessity. If India has to harness its demographic dividend, we must empower Gen Z with AI-driven, personalized learning. Because today, if we can see, based on NEP reforms, the teachers should stop calling us as administrators of education, but we should call us as the entrepreneurs of education today. Because if we change the algorithm scales the curriculum. As we are developing more algorithms, it will definitely scale. But the ecosystem is that which we need to build, which is going to ultimately scale the souls of the students. That's why finally I would like to say that the one thing that needs to be ensured is proper, impartial and unbiased use of various antisocial regulations to take strong, deterrent and timely legal action towards offenders, irrespective of their any political influence or money power. Firm and strong steps are needed to curb the menace, so that good intellectuals come forward to serve this country with pride, virtue and honesty for developing a Viksit Bharat 2047. Thank you so much. I tried too fast. Speed up.
जरा व्हिडिओ वाटतं लॉंग कॉलेज तुम्ही डेंजर बोलतो so I would like to call today's session chairperson and the convener Professor and please
Thank you. मी सगळ्यांचा आभारी आहे ऑर्गनायझेशन आणि आता जे टेक्निकल सेशन पार पडले ते अत्यंत सुंदर होते. त्यापर्यंत जे आहे ते अप्रिशिएबल आहे, म्हणजे सगळ्यांसाठी उपयोगाचं आहे आणि सगळ्यांचं चारही प्रेझेंटेशन अत्यंत सुंदर झालेली आहे. त्यांची जी थीम होती सगळ्यांची ती अत्यंत आपल्या विकसित भारत 2047 मध्ये जे महाविद्यालयाचे योगदान असायला पाहिजे त्या संदर्भात होती आणि खरंच डेव्हलप करते आपला पाहिजे असेल कोणाला करायची तर आपला रोल सगळ्यात मोठा आहे असं आपण आपण माहिती आहे. मग आता आपण अनेक गोष्टी आहेत अशा की मोठ्या उंचीवरती आपण बघतो म्हणजे भारत डेव्हलप झाल्यानंतर काय असेल की आपल्याला एक मित्र आता प्रेझेंट केलं की ब्लॉक सिस्टम काय गाडीचं काढून खाली चालतं काय मला ते काढून काय पण खूप छान मला कल्पना आहे. असं काही झालं तर ट्रॅफिकचे सगळे प्रश्न मिटतील आणि बरोबरच रोड सेफ्टी रोड ट्रॅफिक अनेक गोष्टी आहेत की ज्या आपल्यापर्यंत म्हणजे आज सध्या पुण्याला जायचं होतं कामावर काढायला जाण्याचं की पुण्याचा तो वाढलेला त्याच्यापर्यंत जायला भारतपर्यंत जायला एक तर दीड तास लागतो तिथून पुढे गेल्याबरोबर दीड तास लागतो म्हणजे असं परिस्थिती आहे. तर ती सुद्धा जर बदलली तर खरंच भारत डेव्हलप झाला असं म्हणता येईल. नंतर अनेक गोष्टी आहेत एज्युकेशन खरंच राईट टू एज्युकेशन आहे पण राईट टू गुड क्वालिटी एज्युकेशन असा आला पाहिजे आहे तो पण तो इम्प्लिमेंट होतो का तर नाही होत. अनेक प्रकारच्या शाळांमध्ये जे आहे त्याच्या प्रकारचं शिक्षण आपल्याला मिळतं का तर तेही मिळायला पाहिजे. ते सुद्धा आपल्या म्हणजे कॉन्ट्रीब्युशन ऑफ कॉलेजेस टू डेव्हलप इंडिया मध्ये आहे. चांगलं आरोग्याची सुविधा आहेत का आपल्याकडे त्याही मिळायला पाहिजे त्या हक्काने मिळायला पाहिजे फुकट मिळायला पाहिजे खरं तर म्हणजे आपण सगळे टॅक्सेस भरतो हे सगळं करतो परंतु आपल्याला प्रत्येक म्हणजे हॉस्पिटलमध्ये गेले की पैसे भरावे लागतात पुन्हा असं जर म्हणजे नेशन डेव्हलप झालं म्हणजे काय होतं तर आपल्यासाठी ज्या आवश्यक गोष्टी आहेत गरजा आहेत जर सरकारनं आपल्याला चांगल्या क्वालिटीचा प्रोव्हाइड केला चांगलं शिक्षण दिलं चांगलं आरोग्य दिलं चांगलं पिण्याचं पाणी दिलं तर बाकीच्या गोष्टी त्याची काय आवश्यकता नाही. हे जर झालं तर खरं नेशन सुधारलं असं म्हणता येईल मला असं वाटतं वैयक्तिक माझं मत आहे. म्हणून तशा पद्धतीने खरं काम व्हायला पाहिजे. मात्र कोणी करायचा माझा प्रश्न आहे तर आपणच त्याचे स्टेक होल्डर्स आहोत म्हणून आपण सगळ्यांनी ते करायला हवं असं मला वाटतं. आजच्या या सेशनला तुम्ही आम्हाला सन्मान द्या त्याबद्दल मी आपल्या सर्वांचे धन्यवाद देतो. आपल्याला थँक्यू.
I would like to call the chairperson of this session.
विकसित भारत 2047 आणि यामध्ये महाविद्यालयाची असणारी भूमिका या विषयावर आपण आपलं राष्ट्रीय चर्चा आपण पाहिले की 2 दिवस आपण अनेक उद्घाटन झालं आणि गोष्टींच आपण ऐकलं आणि त्याला आपल्याला म्हणण्याचा उद्देश असा आहे की आता हे भविष्यामध्ये सर्वात जास्त किंमत कशाला आहे ती ज्ञानाला. कारण जो हुशार आहे ज्याच्याकडे नॉलेज आहे तो त्या जगाचा विश्वगुरु होणार आहे आणि त्यालाच खरी किंमत असणार. म्हणून आपण प्रेझेंटेशन जे ठेवलंय त्यामध्ये आपण पाहिजे की तो अवसरे आपला विद्यार्थी की त्यांनी अतिशय छान प्रकारचं त्यांनी ते प्रेझेंटेशन मांडलं की खरं त्याची गरज आहे. आज जरी आपण सर्वजण शिक्षक असलो तरी आपल्याला सुद्धा शिकण्याची गरज आहे. कारण असं म्हटलं जातं मनुष्य हा विद्यार्थी असून शेवटपर्यंत तो शिकतच राहतो. म्हणजे तो किती मोठा सायंटिस्ट असू द्या डॉक्टर असू द्या कुठले जरी डॉक्टर किती जरी तज्ञ असेल तर ज्यावेळेस तो ऑपरेशन करतो त्याच्या वेळेस तो काहीतरी नवीन शिकत असतो. आपण सुद्धा आपण पाहतो की जर विद्यार्थ्यांना जो आपण शिकवतो लेक्चरला जातो तर प्रत्येक लेक्चर मध्ये काहीतरी नवीन वेगळं की त्याच्यामधून आपण काही ठिकाणी शिकत असतो. त्याच पद्धतीने आपण पाहिलं की दांडेकर सरांनी त्यांचं प्रेझेंटेशन मांडलं की आपण पाहतो की मुळे नावाचा विद्यार्थी आहे की त्याचं एक नवीन काहीतरी इनोव्हेशन म्हणजे असं इनोव्हेशन नवीन काहीतरी घडलं तर आपण त्या ठिकाणी पाहतो. म्हणजे आपण गेलो मॅडमनी सांगितलं की साक्षी मॅडमनी त्यांचं प्रेझेंटेशन केलं आज आपण आपल्या देशामध्ये 5 लाखापेक्षा जास्त केसेस पेंडिंग सुप्रीम कोर्टाचं काहीतरी मला वाटतं ते आकडेवारी. मग जर एवढी संख्या तेवढी असेल पण तुम्ही डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट असतील तालुका कोर्ट असतील याची संख्या किती प्रचंड मोठी संख्या. म्हणजे आजही आपल्या देशामध्ये 5,000 न्यायाधीशांची कमतरता आहे. म्हणजे न्यायाचं तत्व की म्हणजे आपण काय करतो एक प्रकारे त्यांचा अन्यायच करतोय. एखाद्याला न्याय न देणं एवढ्या जर केसेस पेंडिंग असेल तर आपण काय लोकशाही आपण कुठपर्यंत चालू. आपण पाहतो की आता अनेक केसेस अनेक गोष्टी होत आहेत त्याचे निकाल लागत नाही पेंडिंग. आपण पाहतो की अनेक हिंदी सिनेमामध्ये सुद्धा आपण पाहिलं असेल की तारीख पे तारीख म्हणजे हे सगळं चित्र बदलत आहे. आणि ह्या सर्वात महत्वाची जी भूमिका आहे ती मी तर म्हणून की ही चर्चासत्र आयोजित केलं आपण महाविद्यालयाने सुद्धा आपले शिक्षक आणि विद्यार्थ्यांसाठी आपण जर नवीन एखादा उपक्रम चालू केला की 2 दिवसाचं त्याच्यामध्ये सर्वांनी वेगवेगळी इनोव्हेशन रिसर्च पेपर काही शोध त्याची आपली महाविद्यालयाची जर काही आपण कार्यशाळा ठेवली की काय नवीन टेक्निक कशा शिकवण्याच्या काय विद्यार्थ्यांना काय आपल्याला ऍप डेव्हलप करता येतील का काय वेबसाईट्स पाहता येतील का म्हणजे अशा अनेक गोष्टी आहेत ते शिकण्यासारख्या. आणि
चर्चासत्र हा एक भाग सोडून द्या की फॉर्मॅलिटी म्हणून आपल्याला अनेक गोष्टी कराव्या लागतात. मी तर म्हणेन बाकीच्या फॉर्मॅलिटी करण्यापेक्षा प्रेझेंटेशन केलं त्यातून आपल्याला शिकायला मिळणार आहे. म्हणजे ते आपण प्रत्येक वेळेस सगळे आपण शोध करावा लागतो आपल्याला अनेक गोष्टी आहेत. परंतु या माध्यमातून महत्वाची जी भूमिका काय आहे तर आपल्याला असं शिकता आलं तर निश्चितपणे. आणि आपण पाहतो की संत ज्ञानेश्वरांनी 16 वर्षी ज्ञानेश्वरी दिली, आजकाल सर्व जग विश्वगुरु मानतो. असं काही नाही की आपल्या विद्यार्थ्यांपासून जरी आपल्याला त्याच्यामध्ये काही कमीपणा नसतो. तो कमीपणा मागून घ्यायचा नाही की आपण शिकलो काही नाही. आपल्याला सुद्धा अनेक गोष्टी शिकवण्यासाठी अतिशय छान वाटलं. आम्हाला वाटलं त्या सेशनचं चेअरमन झालं म्हणजे खरंच आम्ही सर्व सेशन जे झालं कार्यक्रम त्याच्यामध्ये सर्वात आमचा आवडता असा सेशन झाला असं म्हणून या ठिकाणी मी पाहतो.
Thank you, sir. So the last आजच्या कार्यक्रमाच्या लास्ट सेशन जो होता टेक्निकल सेशन, या कार्यक्रमाला लाभलेले आपले प्रोफेसर तसेच नेटके सर आणि चेअरपर्सन, आजचे कन्व्हिनर आपल्या प्रोग्रामचे डॉक्टर करण सर, तसेच पार्टिसिपेंट्स 5 जे पार्टिसिपेंट होते, 5नी छानपैकी प्रेझेंट केलं. आणि तिथं उपस्थित असलेलं ऑडियन्स ज्यांनी सगळ्यांना सहन केलं आणि ऐकत होते. वेगवेगळ्या विषयामध्ये त्यांना नॉलेज मिळालं, तुम्हाला वेगवेगळ्या टॉपिकचे तुम्हाला नॉलेज मिळालं, त्याबद्दल मी सगळ्यांचा आभार मानतो. आणि हा सेशन संपला तर मी जाहीर करतो अध्यक्षांच्या परवानगीने. आणि पुढचा तो लास्ट सेशन आहे तो इनॉग्रेशन व्हॅलिडेटर फंक्शन आहे. ओके, थँक्यू व्हेरी मच. चहा नाही, फक्त चहा द्या, बाहेर जास्त लांब जाऊ नका.
जेवढा वेळ बाहेर वाढणार.
जिल्ह्याच्या आणि बाकी इतर महाविद्यालयातून आलेले जे काही आपले शिक्षक सहकारी आहेत त्यांच्या प्रत्येकाच्या किटमध्ये रिलिव्हिंग ऑर्डर आपण दिलेली आहे. त्या प्रत्येकानं आपल्या महाविद्यालयाचं नाव आणि ज्या पण कार्यक्रम इथे केला त्या संबंधित नाव म्हणून आपल्या महाविद्यालयामध्ये आपली रिलिव्हिंग ऑर्डर द्यायची आहे. पण तत्पूर्वी आपण आम्हाला इथे रिलिव्हिंग ऑर्डर दिलेली असेल. फीडबॅक फॉर्म प्रत्येकानं भरून द्यायचा आहे.
आविष्कारला पण आविष्कार मी मुलांना टॉपिक देते
आता 9 तारखेला पण काहीतरी ट्रेनिंग स्टुडंट
हा तेच सर ते वेबिनार नाही का आपली नाही माझं नाव प्रत्येक डिपार्टमेंट शिकवणार
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all again in this hall for the valedictory function of 2 days National Conference on Contribution of Colleges towards Viksit Bharat 2047, organized by Shri Chhatrapati Shivaji Shikshan Sanstha, Shri Chhatrapati Shivaji Mahavidyalaya, and sponsored by Savitribai Phule University, Pune. I take the opportunity to welcome respected Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Deepak Ranjan Mandal, sir, former Vice Chancellor, Sidho Kanhu Desa University, Kolkata, our own Honorable Principal, Dr. Satish Chandra Suryavanshi, sir, Convener of the conference, Dr. Sandeep Kadam, Co-Convener, Dr. Sandeep Abang, sir, Coordinator of the conference, Dr. Satish Chorumle, Co-Coordinator, Dr. Manohar Suryavanshi, sir, Organizing Secretary, Dr. Milind Bedse, sir, Arts Faculty in charge, Professor D.N. Mahadur, sir, Dr. Rajesh Shilke, sir, Science Faculty in charge, Dr. Pramod Pardesi, sir, IQAC Coordinator, Dr. Dhaneshwar Karpe, and all esteemed faculty members, distinguished guests, and faculty members from various colleges, and my dear friends. Once again, a very warm welcome with deep respect. As Dr. C.S. beautifully said, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. Today we celebrate the knowledge, memories, inspiration, experience gained throughout this program. I sincerely request Principal Dr. Suryavanshi, sir, to kindly felicitate today's chief guest of the valedictory function, Professor Dr. Deepak Mandal, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request and invite Dr. Dhaneshwar Karpe, sir, to present a brief report on the events and sessions held since yesterday.
Good afternoon to all the dignitaries on the dais, respected honorable guest of the valedictory function, Dr. Deepak Ranjan Mandal, sir, respected principal of the college. I am here to give a brief report regarding the conference. This conference is successful because of the all peoples who have participated from last 2 days and enthusiastically working here and enjoying the all sessions and hospitality provided by us. A national conference on contribution of colleges towards Viksit Bharat 2047 was successfully organized by Shri Chhatrapati Shivaji College, Shrigonda. This conference is sponsored by Savitribai Phule University, Pune, under Quality Improvement Program. The conference aimed to discuss the role of higher education institutions in achieving the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047 through innovation, research, skill development, and academic excellence. The program began with the inaugural ceremony where Chief Guest Dr. Nandev Muske, Sir, Vice Chancellor, KBP University Satara, and President of our Sanstha, Shri Rajendraji Nagode, inaugurated the conference and highlighted the importance of higher education in nation building. More than 125 eminent academicians, researchers, and scholars from different parts of country have participated in the conference. Around 60 research papers came for publication in national conference proceedings. In various technical sessions covering topics such as innovation in education, skill development, sustainable development in higher education, problems in higher education institutions, and present scenario of enrollment of students and absenteeism. The conference provided a valuable platform for knowledge sharing, academic discussions, and collaborations among faculty members, researchers, and students. In technical sessions, Professor Sandeep Palwe, Management Council Member, Savitribai Phule University, Pune, have focused on the present situation and problems regarding recruitment in universities and affiliated colleges. It is a big task to work without human resource in academic institutions. In afternoon session, Principal Dr. G.R. Rajan Nimbalkar sir have given a speech on what is education, how we have to change with the present situation in higher education, and how to adopt the technology by teachers for shaping young generations coming in colleges. They told that we have to have a type of magnetism to attract the students in class. Faculty members have to be ready to accept this challenge, and they should have to collaborate, and they have to move with the new technology. In last session, on first day of the conference, participants have presented their research papers. Dr. Wahire from Maharaja Shivaji College and Professor Waglare from Savitribai College, Pilbara, have chaired a technical session. On second day, means today, the conference first session is conducted by Honorable Dr. Deepak Ranjan Mandal sir, Vice Chancellor, SKB University, Purulia, Kolkata. In his speech, sir have focused on modern education system in India, fostering and development of some regional languages. Sir told that knowledge is a power. Youth voices on multilingual education and the role of young people in preserving languages. College could promote the modern technique instead of art of teaching and learning system and promote competitiveness through a clear and fair means. In the next session, in afternoon session, Dr. Mohammad Shahnawaz, Department of Botany, University of Ladakh, he taught on plastic pollution free India by 2047 roadmap, and sir has given a nice talk on plastic free environment in India. Then in the second and the last session, the participants have presented the papers, research papers, and Dr. Shivaji Netke was the chairperson of that session, and near about 5 presentations have been conducted. Now the program is concluded with the valedictory session where Professor Mandal sir is addressing the participants. The conference was successfully organized with the support and guidance of the respected principal, organizing committee members, faculty and volunteers, making the event grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Before we proceed further, let me ask for the audience's feedback. I request Ms. Sakshi Pratham Shetty from Shivaji Law College to come on stage and share her experiences and views about the conference.
Shri Shivaji Chhatrapati Shikshan Sanstha, Shri Chhatrapati Shivaji Mahavidyalaya Shrigonda organized 2-day national conference on contribution of colleges towards Viksit Bharat 2047, sponsored by Savitribai Phule Pune University. The conference was a truly enriched experience, starting from the expert talks. On the day one, there were various resource persons, Dr. Gyandev Maske sir, secondly, Dr. Govind Rajan Nimbalkar sir. Today's session was resource person was Dr. Deepak Ranjan Mandal sir, and all these resource persons have shared their views and experiences to all our participants so greatly that today we take with us a huge knowledge from them. And also, sir, I would like to say that today, as I go back, I will definitely take one sentence from you, sir, specifically, that the students should defeat us. Definitely, sir, we will train our students so well that they will definitely defeat us and they will contribute towards Viksit Bharat 2047. And also, I would like to give my feedback upon the organizing committee, the management, the conference hall which was provided, the lunch, breakfast, the tea, everything was at par, and we all participants are truly satisfied with all the organization and management. The time management was also perfect. There was no kind of delay, and if the delay was happened, then the organizers were here to wrap up the session so that no one is what we can say, no one is delayed or no one has some issues with it. So the organizing committee, specifically the permission which our college president or Sanstha's president, Adarniya Shri Rajendra Dada Nagavde, because of whom this conference is here, we are able to take this such kind of conferences. Then secondly, University. Thirdly, Principal of this college, Dr. Suryavanshi sir, and lastly, all the managing faculties and all the organization. I truly thank you for organizing such conferences, and in future, I hope that more such conferences are organized and more participants register and more research papers are presented next year, so that definitely we will go towards Viksit Bharat 2047. Thank you so much.
You writing, please repeat your writing.
Sir, myself, Miss Sakshi Pratham Shetty, Assistant Professor at Shri Shivaji Nagode Law College.
Law.
Yes, sir. Faculty of Law. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Now, we move towards the most awaited moment of today's program. It is my honor to invite respected Chief Guest, Dr. Mandal sir, to address the gathering and share the valuable insights.
Then is the moment, the eight of the beginning. What type of funny words is eight of the beginning? Yes, it's the end of an event. Event is not it. It's the beginning of it. That is organizing a national conference or seminar, whatever is it. What are the things happened here? Assembly of faculties from different colleges. For what purpose? Purpose कुछ है क्या?
विकसित भारत
Exchange of knowledge है, exchange of primary है. Primary है तो ये है faculty development program में attendance in seminar is a mandate. That is cannot ignore it. But other than this, we got something else beyond this faculty development scheme or program. Exchange of knowledge to why it happened through your brain. Three components are there, 3H, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, which controls a human being. It's not my word. I am again quoting the words of Swami Vivekananda. Head, heart, and hands. Head means not the hairs with shampoo or colorful hair. It's not like that. Inside something is the brain. Heart, we commonly know as the heart is the pumping organ. But here Vivekananda ji wanted to mean heart, emotion. And hands, the tools of work. If these three H coordinates, a human being can survive. He or she, whatever. तो ये सब सचल रखने का ये only appearing in for the purpose of career development is not there. इसका बाद there are so many avenues to discharge the battery of life. And it's my immense chance to be with you that I got a real time and my life expectancy has increased by just more. Seeing your smiling faces, that's my gain. And your gain is definitely, other than exchange of knowledge, other than thinking about your own benefit, you could make some bonds within yourself, within the faculty members. That's the great thing that we have gained here. Again, I am going to that first word, end of the thing. So, end of today's national seminar, don't think that everything has been done. I will say it is just the beginning. This national program has been arranged by, courtesy of Faculty University, Savitri Phule University. Am I correct the name? Okay. But think that such type of collaboration may not be available directly from the university. Then what else we can do? You can do something else. And you know better than me what you can do. I am giving you some links which are suggestive, not conclusive. That is, the person having the same wavelength, mental, institution having the same wavelength, again mental wavelength, or policy wavelength, with the common objective to do something for the society, with the common objective to do something for the stakeholders of the college. It may be the teachers, it may be the teaching assistants, and last but not least, the students of institute. You can try, make a forum for trial basis, not that too much. 4 to 6 colleges come together, make a common platform, chalk out a common idea, select a topic of discussion. You may call it seminar, you may call it conference, you may call it workshop, whatever. And select any problem which needs attention, your attention. Where there will be no barrier of arts, science, commerce, law, even technical education. If you can bring together by a collaborative manner, you can raise the fund yourself without seeking for any other funding agencies. Just arrange, it's not a business, so no profit, no loss. You set up a registration fees which is supposed to be spent for that madam explained, good food, good logistics, and good everything good. We do not need the best food of 5-star quality. A good hygienic food will do. In such a manner, it's not a tough job, but a challenge to make a common platform, bringing the institute, bringing the persons, I repeat again, the same wavelength in mental, same wavelength in focus. If you have any friends in abroad, maybe in UK, maybe in USA, or maybe there is no barrier. He may be in Bangladesh or he may be in Pakistan too, or even Afghanistan or Iraq or Iran, whatever it may be, because education is not confined within any political boundary. And if you can arrange, if you can meet some such persons, and since we are on the trial platform, we do not have much amount. COVID, during COVID, we have lost many lives, definitely. COVID has taken so many things, but has also given something good, that is online system. Through online system, the new terminologies were added in the dictionary webinar. Webinar, the seminar comes web together, becomes a webinar. So if you can arrange some of your own faculties or old scientists or old students staying abroad or your friends, and just saying a request that we are arranging a common platform for discussion, and we want your involvement in online only. The seminar will be tagged as the international seminar. Tagging is also important, no? Because without tagging, market will not accept it. So these are some basic ideas that we can continue. And here, an art student, he or she needs the concept of science, problems and solution related pertaining to society, rules and regulation and laws also. Madam is here and she will be coming for the text proposal. And in this platform, if you accept something proposal here. So I again say, it may be tough, but it is not impossible. Money is not the problem. You can overcome this barrier within yourself. This is not only to extend the view, it's not only to learn or to teach, but it's to make a platform so that smiling faces can assemble together and exchange their views and say, how are you? I saw you in that platform. Such type of one have immense importance in the society, immense importance in the institute, I do believe. Lastly again, it's my second time visit to Shivaji. I do not know why, but I thought of those institutes who are far away from the metropolis. I like those. If from my heart and if I get invitation, one from Shivaji, Pune, and one from a very common college in Ahilyanagar, this district, Ahilyanagar. Any college from Ahilyanagar district, I prefer the second one. This might be again, I came from the soil of rural India, which makes me about 80% of the whole nation. So my all regards to this institute, my thanks, my love, and my belief of philosophy to you all with the wish in Kabila. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Robert Frost rightly expressed his emotions in one of his poems. I quote, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again. Now we are moving towards certificate distribution ceremony. Certificates are just not a piece of paper. They represent effort, participation, and learning. I request the esteemed personalities and dignitaries of the dais to kindly distribute the certificates. The first certificate is to Mr. Tejas Raju Avsar. Tejas is our TYBCS student, and he has presented a paper on this platform. I once again congratulate him and wish him the very best for his future. The next certificate goes to Mr. Ravikant Sonebabu Chitore from KJ Somaiya College, Kupargaon.
He is a research student in the field of geography. Next is Assistant Professor Swati Suresh Nadia Madam from Maharaja Shivaji of India Mahavidyalaya Shrigonda.
Your subject is English. Very class.
Last but not the least, Assistant Professor Sakshi Pratham Shetty from Shivaji Mahavidyalaya Law College. Thank you. Please be seated. Now I would like to invite our own respected Principal Dr. Satish Chandra Subramanian sir.
Chief guest, Honorable Professor Mandal, Dr. Pradesh, and Dr. Shrigonda, convener of this conference. सर, ये कॉन्फ्रेंस आयोजन करने का मकसद यह था कि ये जो रूरल एरिया है, हमारे जो भी स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं, स्टूडेंट्स हैं, टीचर्स हैं, अभी एजुकेशन की ये हालत बन रही है, स्टूडेंट कॉलेज में नहीं आ रहे हैं और ये नेशनल प्रॉब्लम बनते हैं। ये सिर्फ छत्रपति शिवाजी कॉलेज का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, दिस इज ए प्रॉब्लम ऑफ इन फ्रंट ऑफ द नेशन। तो ये इसमें कोई डिस्कशन होना चाहिए, कोई चर्चा होनी चाहिए, कोई बहस होनी चाहिए एंड इसमें कुछ सॉल्यूशन आगे आना चाहिए। ये मकसद इस कॉन्फ्रेंस का था, क्योंकि एजुकेशन की ये हालत बन गई है। हमारा जो एरिया है अभी जो है कि स्वतंत्र के 100 साल बाद हम जो उत्सव बनाने जा रहे हैं, हम एक डेवलप्ड कंट्री के तौर में आगे आ सकेंगे। इसीलिए हर एक इंडियन सिटीजन का एक क्षेत्र है, हमारा क्षेत्र है एजुकेशन। इस एजुकेशन में हम लोगों ने क्या क्या करना चाहिए, अलग अलग क्षेत्रों में उनका जो स्पेशलाइजेशन है, एक्सपर्टीज है, उसमें काम करना चाहिए। लेकिन हम हमारे क्षेत्र के भीतर ही सोच सकते हैं, जो भी स्टेक होल्डर्स है, कि उसके लिए स्टूडेंट के लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं। सर और हम सुबह से दोनों एक साथ है, बहुत काफी डिस्कशन हो गया, सब मुलाकात हो गई, बातें हो गई, लेकिन जब तक्षशिला और नालंदा की बात हो गई कि हमारे हिंदुस्तान में गुरुकुल व्यवस्था थी, अभी कुल और गुरु कहाँ खो गए पता नहीं, क्या परिस्थिति आ गई। जब कोरोना आ गया, कोरोना से पहले 100% अटेंडेंस था, 20%, 10% कम था कई बार, लेकिन अभी यह हालत हो गई कि हर कॉलेज में, हर स्कूल में 10 या 20% बच्चे हाजिर रहते हैं। यह हालत हो गई, आगे क्या होगा पता नहीं। और इसके लिए बहुत रीजंस है, हम लोग ही उसके लिए जिम्मेदार हैं, क्योंकि टीचर ने जो काम करना चाहिए स्टूडेंट को अट्रैक्ट करने के लिए, जो सही शिक्षा के उसके सब्जेक्ट में, उसको कल भाई अपना मस्के सर ने बोल दिया कि मैग्नेट होना चाहिए। तो कम से कम यही फलित होगा इस कॉन्फ्रेंस का कि अपने अपने विषय में पढ़ाई करके बच्चों को खींच लाए, क्लासरूम में खींच लाए और खींच करके उनको जो है वो शिक्षा, क्योंकि
ये जो है ये कैसा गुड सिटीजन बनेगा नेशन का? स्टूडेंट कैसा गुड सिटीजन बनेगा? क्योंकि इसके लिए अभी तो बहुत सारे परिस्थिति, विकट परिस्थिति आ गई है। मुझे इसके बारे में एक कहानी याद आती है। एक स्पैरो चिमनी है ना, आग लग गई थी और चिमनी ने वो समुद्र का पानी उठा के आग बुझाने की कोशिश कर दी थी। तो उसका कहना यह था कि बाकी पता नहीं क्या कौन क्या करता है, लेकिन मेरा काम, जब इतिहास में इसकी नोट होगी कि मेरा जो काम है, हम प्रामाणिकता के साथ हमने आग बुझाई। तो इसलिए अभी ये टाइम आ गया है, अपने मेरे यहाँ जो जितने भी टीचर है उनको एक अनुरोध है कि अपना अपना विषय उसके बारे में सोचो। जो भी डार्क एरियाज है उनको आगे लाओ, स्टूडेंट के साथ बात करो। अभी मैं बहुत कई बार ऐसा होता है कि कॉमर्स का स्टूडेंट होता है, उसको डीडी के बारे में पता नहीं, चेक के बारे में पता नहीं, डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स के बारे में पता नहीं है। साइंस का स्टूडेंट है, यही हालत है। आर्ट्स का स्टूडेंट है, यही हालत है। छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज का नाम क्या, माँ का नाम क्या है, कई बार वो भी नहीं आता है स्टूडेंट को। ये स्थिति है, ठीक है। नो डाउट जब शिवाजी महाराज का नाम आता है तो फिर हम जयघोष करते हैं, नारा लगाते हैं, लगाना ही चाहिए। लेकिन नॉलेज की कंडीशन बहुत, स्तर उसका बहुत नीचे गया है। तो इसलिए ये आप पर जिम्मेदारी है कि आप जिम्मेदारी निभाएं और अपना अपना खुद का जो है, ये खुद का जो अलग अलग एरिया है, कम्युनिटी डेवलपमेंट होगा, कम्युनिटी अप्रोच होगा, या शिक्षा स्टूडेंट पर्सनालिटी के बारे में होगा, उसके बारे में आपको काम करना पड़ेगा, प्रामाणिकता के साथ काम करना पड़ेगा। तो बिल्कुल ऐसा तो नहीं है कि पॉजिटिव तो है, कुछ नेगेटिव होता है, लेकिन सबसे ज्यादा तो पॉजिटिव है। तो ये भारत की शिक्षा है, इसकी परंपरा बहुत है। तो इसीलिए ये भारत, जब हमारा टीचर का कंट्रीब्यूशन, क्योंकि यूथ्स आर द पिलर्स ऑफ द नेशन, फ्यूचर्स ऑफ द नेशन, तो इसीलिए हम लोगों को स्टूडेंट के लिए काम करना पड़ेगा, प्रामाणिकता के साथ काम करना पड़ेगा। बिल्कुल ये भारत जो है विकसित होगा, लेकिन अभी जो विकसनशील है, हम और बढ़ रहे हैं, विकसनशीलता के और बढ़ रहे हैं। बिल्कुल इसमें कोई संदेह नहीं कि विकसनशील होगा, लेकिन ये हमारे टीचर के पार्टिसिपेशन के अलावा ये संभव नहीं है। इसीलिए मैं आपको अनुरोध करता हूं कि आप अपने अपने क्षेत्र में प्रामाणिकता के साथ काम करें और जो भी है स्टूडेंट के लिए, उसके लिए ऊर्जा प्रदान करें, क्योंकि आगे का भविष्य वो है। तो इसीलिए अभी ये 2 दिन में जो भी यहाँ कॉन्फ्रेंस हो गई, कॉन्फ्रेंस में यहाँ के जो भी स्टाफ है, हमारा टीचिंग स्टाफ होगा, नॉन टीचिंग स्टाफ होगा, पार्टिसिपेंट है, खास करके हम लोगों ने ये कोशिश की है कि अच्छा से अच्छा खाना दे सके, जो भी सुविधा है अच्छा से अच्छा दे सके। लेकिन कई बार लिमिटेशंस होता है, हम लोगों को भी लिमिटेशन है, इसलिए उसको भी थोड़ा सा कुछ लिमिटेशन के बारे में, लेकिन दूसरी बार हम ये सुधारने की कोशिश बिल्कुल करेंगे। आपके पास फीडबैक हमको दिया होगा। दूसरी चीज ऐसा है कि ये जो टीम है, ये कॉन्फ्रेंस के लिए जो टीम बनाई है, उसमें जो कन्वीनर है डॉक्टर संदीप कदम, डॉक्टर ज्ञानेश्वर करपे, डॉक्टर सतीश चोरमले, डॉक्टर एम.के. सूर्यवंशी, डॉक्टर और संदीप आभंग और सारे सब जो भी जितने भी है, डॉक्टर आहिरे, डॉक्टर भोसन, सब जो हमारी 2 दिन से कंप्यूटर की डॉक्टर, अपना जल्दी से पीएचडी लेना भाई सर, यहाँ पीएचडी का नंबर पूरा है, डॉक्टर हम हर एक आदमी को डॉक्टर बोलते हैं, क्योंकि सर एक दिन ऐसा था इस कॉलेज में एक ही पीएचडी नहीं था, मैं वहाँ का साक्षीदार हूँ। लेकिन आज है ना, आज 1-2 आदमी ऐसे बचे हैं कि उनके पास पीएचडी, बाकी सब लोग तो प्रोफेसर मुंडे एंड प्रोफेसर बोराडे और उनके जो भी स्टाफ मेंबर्स हैं, उन्होंने ये व्यवस्था बहुत अच्छा किया है। तो हॉल की जो भी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सिस्टम, साउंड सिस्टम होगी या जो एलसीडी प्रोजेक्टर होगा, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक बोर्ड होगा, इसके बारे में आप लोगों ने बहुत सुविधा, चित्रीकरण होगा, ये सब यूट्यूब पर चल रहा है। बहुत अच्छा काम उन लोगों ने किया है। लेकिन कई बार ऐसा होता है कि जब महाराष्ट्र में एक खंडोबा या एक दैवत होता है, उसकी एक ऐसी बहुत लाठी ऊपर बहुत लंबी लाठी होती है, वो डांस करता है, लेकिन उसको दो होते हैं ना, 2 4 5 6 ऐसे लोग होते हैं, वो वीडियो में कहीं दिखाई नहीं देते, उनके जो चेहरे उनके दिखाई नहीं देते, लेकिन असल में बैलेंस रखने का काम वो करते हैं। तो उसके लिए एक बार तालियां बजाओ। तो
ड्रॉनपा बोलता है, ड्रिकॉन में उसको ड्रॉनपा बोलता है।
ड्रॉनपा बोलता है, अच्छा रीजनल कुछ होगा उसमें। तो बहुत अच्छा काम हम लोगों ने सभी ने किया है। हमारा जो खाना खिलाने वाला मार्शल है, उनको ही धन्यवाद देना चाहिए। सही टाइम पे टेस्टी और हेल्दी हाइजीनिक इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। सर ने बोला है कि देयर इज नो नीड ऑफ द 5 स्टार फूड ऑफ द 5 स्टार, बट देयर इज अ नीड ऑफ ए हेल्दी एंड हाइजीनिक फूड। ठीक है ना? ये फूड उसने यहाँ आप लोगों को खिलाया है। ये सब व्यवस्था नॉन टीचिंग स्टाफ है, तो उन्होंने यहाँ सब किया है। जितने भी लोग यहाँ हैं, कल से हमारे डॉक्टर प्रमोद एंड डॉक्टर विजय आपके लिए वहाँ आपका इंतजार करते थे रात को 12 बजे, वहां से लेकर आए, 3 बजे सोए और यहाँ बैठ, मुझे ऐसा लगा ये नहीं दिखाई देंगे क्योंकि लेकिन चलो यार, वो इंटरेस्ट है, तो दिल से होता है ना, हर बोले तो वो होता है। तो ये सब आप लोगों ने किया है, तो बहुत अच्छा ये सब यूनिटी आप लोगों ने दिखाई है। मैं अपने महाविद्यालय की ओर से आप सबको यहाँ मैं धन्यवाद करता हूँ, बधाई देता हूँ। और ये ऐसे मौके कॉलेज के लिए आने चाहिए, क्योंकि सर ने बोला है कि ऐसे जो भी प्रोग्राम है कॉलेज के लिए ऐसे ऑर्गेनाइज करते रहना चाहिए। क्योंकि आदमी जाता है यहाँ, जो ये तो सर्कल है ना? देखो ये जो देश है, एक नई पीढ़ी के हाथ में सौंपते जा रहा है, वैसा ही कॉलेज के बारे में वैसा ही होता है। तो कॉलेज के बारे में एक ऐसी घटना है कि कॉन्फ्रेंस यहाँ ऑर्गेनाइज होने के बाद बहुत अच्छा सक्सेस मिला है। और खास करके सर वेस्ट बंगाल से, कलकत्ता से, देखो इनकी उम्र, और कल मैंने 8 बजे फोन किया था, तो उन्होंने मुझे बोला कि जर्नी स्टार्ट है। तो इस उम्र में रात भर जर्नी करके अभी दिन भर हमारी बातें कंटिन्यूस हमारी चिट चैटिंग चल रही है। तो रात को इस नाइट में भी वो सोने वाले नहीं। ठीक है, 5:30 को सुबह फ्लाइट है, तो कंटिन्यूस इस उम्र में तो आपके पास मैग्नेट है, आपने खींच लाया सर को इधर। ठीक है, ठीक है। और सर यहाँ मंडल सर आ गए, और जो हमारे नैक के बारे में जो माहौल था, वो माहौल और क्रिएट हो गया। जो अभी सुबह के लेक्चर में आपने कर्पेजी ने बता दिया कि सर प्यार करते हैं, सभी पे प्यार करते हैं, छत्रपति कॉलेज के हर रैंक पर वो प्यार करते हैं, हमारा उन पर प्यार है। ऐसा ही रिलेशन होना चाहिए। तो मैं कॉलेज की ओर से आपको धन्यवाद करता हूँ, और यहाँ मैं रुकता हूँ। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. I would like to add a couple of lines here. जो करना है आज करो, क्योंकि कल तो खुद भी कल के इंतजार में है। Thank you, sir. Thank you once again. Now, as we are approaching towards the conclusion of this wonderful event, it is time to express our heartfelt gratitude. I would like to invite Lieutenant Dr. Satish Shorambe sir to kindly deliver a vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all of you. It is my great privilege to propose vote of thanks
this valedictory function. This activity is really a teamwork. Our team is working under leadership of respected Principal Dr. Satish Chandra Suryavanshi sir. This grand success is only because of proper planning under leadership of respected Dr. Satish Chandra Suryavanshi sir. I express deep sense of gratitude towards our principal sir and express sincere thanks to Honorable President Rajendra Ji Nagode sir for giving this opportunity to organize this conference. I extend my sincere thanks to all delegates, faculty and fellow participants. I also express my sincere thanks to all organizing committee members, all faculty, teaching, non-teaching staff, all daily wages staff. I also thankful to faculty who have supported for technical queries and facilities. Technical support team, Professor Unde sir, Professor Pomne sir, Professor Kankar sir, Professor Borade sir, and Tejas Avsare. Also thanks for, and I give big thanks to Savitribai Phule Pune University, Pune, for sponsoring grant to organize this national conference. Also thanks for photographer Eknath Shinde, all office administrative and support staff. Thank you to संदीप माने जिन्होंने आपको सुबह से शाम तक अच्छा खाना, ब्रेकफास्ट और चाय उसने पिलाई। संदीप माने का नाम कोई जानता नहीं होगा, लेकिन उसको मार्शल बोला चाहिए सभी। थैंक्स फॉर मार्शल वंस अगेन। ऑल्सो थैंक्स जिन्होंने बहुत ही अच्छा 2 दिन बहुत ही अच्छा निवेदन किया। थैंक्स फॉर प्रोफेसर नागुड़े एंड प्रोफेसर कामड़े। थैंक यू ऑल फॉर ग्रैंड सक्सेस of this conference. Thank you for all dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Thank you for everyone. Thank you, sir. Now I request all to rise up for the Vande Mataram. After Vande Mataram, we will gather together at the porch for the group photograph. Thank you everyone. Kindly gather and pose for group photograph.